Interesting fact, when it comes to getting into college, valedictorians, they might just be rejected for college admission, but it's for what they put on their Facebook page, what they say on Twitter. So here to tell us what parents can do to turn it all around, we have college admissions advisor Paul Hemphill. So this is true.
It's true.
This is scary stuff. Colleges are looking at the Facebook page. Why are they doing it? What's in it for the colleges?
Well, for years, colleges have been fantasizing about asking this question and getting an answer to it: who are you? And so they've been relying on college application essays, letters of recommendation, interviews, but they know that all of that can be contrived, rehearsed, manipulated so that the student looks as if they're walking on water. So now they've discovered a treasure trove in social media so that they know that a 16 to 17-year-old are simply brutally honest about anything.
And they love posting everything.
Right, and they'll put stuff on their Facebook page to impress their friends. But if you have a picture up there with you holding a can of Budweiser and a college official is looking at your application, chances are excellent you're not going to be getting in. And last year, the Kaplan report indicated that somewhere around 12% of all college applications were rejected as a result of what colleges discovered on students' post on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or YouTube.
Well, that's not a small number. That's a good amount of people.
It is.
And you're right. Kids might let parents write their college admissions essay for them. They're certainly not going to let them write anything on their Facebook page. So that's the way that you get into the psyche of the student that's trying to get into a school.
Exactly.
Talk about some specific examples. There was one that didn't work out on Twitter. Tell us about that.
Well, there was a student who went up to Bowdoin College up in Brunswick, Maine last year, and she was sitting in an audience listening to a lecture of a guy who was telling everybody, the folks, about what the school is all about, and she's tweeting her friends about how boring the lecture is, and she's making some other derogatory remarks about the school. Well, she doesn't know that there are people at the school who in real time are monitoring all the tweets about what's happening in that event that day. They discovered this student and they decided, well, maybe we ought to go over to the admissions office and find out if she has actually applied here. Sure enough, she did apply there, and guess what they did with her application? Rejected.
Yep. So going forward, because here's the thing, Paul, at the end of the day, it's tough when you're talking to 16, 17-year-old about changing the way that they communicate on social media. But what can you do to safeguard yourself?
Well, what I tell the students not to do, and this goes contrary to what a lot of guidance counselors and parents tell the students to do, they say block your Facebook account. But in this digital age, that is the worst advice to give, because you can find out anything about anybody anywhere these days, and if they can't find you on Facebook, they're going to decide that you have something to hide.
That's true.
That's not good. So the other thing that you can do is to take down, for example, any pictures that you might have. Like, for example, if you love Miley Cyrus and Kim Kardashian, and can you imagine an admissions director looking at those pictures and saying, wow, she really admires people who are really empty and shallow. Is that the kind of student we want at our school?
I don't think so. You're right. So instead, because it looks fishy when no one can access your account, and it's the digital age, I think people are going to find things out. So instead, just look like a good person. Like
exactly, and the best thing to do with social media is to use your Facebook account, for example, as I tell my students, as the new resume. Put up photographs of projects that you're involved in. Put up photographs of trips that you have been on, and maybe 2 or 3 lines to describe what's in that photograph and what you've learned while you're on that trip. And lots of pictures of you and your family, because they want to see that you come from a very wholesome, nourishing environment. And that's the kind of student that we really want at our school, is a wholesome student.
So use social media as a marketing tool.
Exactly.
Not a bad idea. Paul, always a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thanks.